to all of you, and I'm really happy to be with you, to have this opportunity to present to you what is an unprecedented process that we are now embarking on as Common Secretary, but also as representatives of the three institutions mostly involved. So as I said, we feel very much as pioneers in a way, because the process as it is constructed, it has been conceived and it is constructed, is a relatively new thing to all that has been done previously in terms of consultations, in terms of citizen involvement and citizen engagement, and also engagement with the civil society and the local communities at large. So we use a very bottom-up approach in this process, because it allows basically to the citizens, to civil society organizations, but also other organizations at local level, and also the representatives of local and regional authorities to participate and to basically make their voices heard in this process, which will last 1 year. And this is a process of not only debating but also deliberations, which means that it will lead also to conclusions that will be useful also in terms of policy making. We use for that quite an innovative approach. It's a mix of civic tech tools combined with the advanced techniques of citizen engagement. The civic tech tool mainly is the platform, which I would mainly concentrate my presentation. But we also have what has never been done in the past, 4 citizen panels, European citizen panels, basically bringing together hundreds of randomly selected citizens to debate, to discuss, and to deliberate, to make recommendations on specific topics. It is a very inclusive and an open and transparent process. The way it functions through the platform, to the digital platform, and also through the different levels of deliberations is, of course, guarantees that it happens basically before our eyes, and then everything is stored and everything is available on the platform. But it is also, let's say, the measure for its success, the measure for the success of the conference will be the possibility, the ability to reach out to as wide population as possible. So in terms of citizens, but also in terms of representativity of the different groups, of the different categories in our societies, and of course, in order to be meaningful, the conclusions, the recommendations will also have to take to rely on a massive engagement. And there won't be, last but not least, there won't be a predetermined outcome. So nothing is decided in advance, and no areas or no follow-up is predefined. Everything will depend very much on what will come out of the input through the platform, and then on the deliberations. Next slide. All those elements, of course, lead us to a very natural conclusion, which is that your role is very much central to the whole process, because it is, of course, about what Europe we would like to have in the future, but also how EU policies are supposed to deliver certain results, certain solutions, certain outcome, and your let's say capacity to also to mobilize the rural development community, the rural areas, is essential in order to bring their considerations, their ideas, their proposals for the future of Europe at the heart of these forward-looking debates around it. It is let's say that the rural development in general is quite a horizontal cross-cutting area. And you will see it basically appear in each and every thematic area that you will find on the platform. So there is no specific area dedicated to the rural development, because let's say the future of rural areas also has very much being at the heart of the long-term vision for the rural areas, is that their future, their resilient future, their development is very much a cross-cutting issue. And of course, this conference is about the future of Europe. It's about let's say discussions on how to what kind of future we would like, and how to respond to the main challenges that Europe is facing. But it is also an important opportunity to reinforce and to continue contributing to what to other important future-oriented initiatives that have been launched, that are ongoing, such as, for instance, the long-term vision for rural areas. So your role would be really central in terms of disseminating, of course, this the information about this opportunity throughout your respective networks at national and regional and local level. Also organizing yourselves events, relevant events that could contribute to the debate about the future of Europe, in particular from the point of view of rural development and the challenges rural areas are facing, and then also to share your ideas, or to invite your communities to share those ideas on the platform. Next slide, please. We have four main strands, four main milestones of the conference. The first one, on which I'll present briefly what the different functionalities, is the multilingual digital platform. It is the central place for the debate, for the collection of the input coming from the citizens, but also from local communities and different organizations and stakeholders. Linked to that, you have the self-organized events, which is an essential part of the debate. So it's not only about debating on the platform, but it's also about organizing and reporting and contributing through those events to the debate. And then, as I said, we'll have also European citizen panels. 4 of them will be organized in the autumn and early next year. And those citizens panels, which will be composed by 800 in total randomly selected citizens, will deliver concrete recommendations, taking into account the input from the platform to the plenary of the conference, which will then also re-elaborate on them and will come up with concrete proposals. Next slide, please. This is how the reporting and then the feedback mechanism is structured. So you have the digital platform, which is, as I said, the main source, the origin of everything. So there will be reports on the content coming up from the digital platform. We will use, let's say, the help of some artificial intelligence and text mining tools in order to, of course, structure it a bit, to give more sense to what we are receiving, but of course the analysis of the main areas and the main proposals will be done by the secretariat, by us, of course. So the human factor will be prevailing. They will be in close contact with the European citizens panels, providing them input. So the citizen panels will draw from the input from the platform, and then we'll go back to the platform also to discuss some of their initial proposals and recommendations. And citizens panels, as I said, once they have formulated their recommendations, will go to the plenary of the conference to present them and to discuss them. So 80 participants of the panels will be also members of the plenary. So you see that the participation of the citizens and let's say the bottom-up approach is ensured throughout the whole mechanism. To the whole process, sorry. And then at the end, you have the conclusions from the plenary, but also the final outcome of the conference, which will be presented to the three presidents, president of the parliament, president of the EU Council, and the president of the Commission for the follow-up. And it is a follow-up that was already put in the joint declaration, which gave a start to the debate, to the whole conference, and they committed themselves to follow up on whatever the recommendations are, in of course in full respect of the respective competences of the institutions. Next slide, please. This is more or less the timeline. So we have already started. We launched the digital platform in April, mid-April, so almost 2 months ago, and you now heading towards the first 2 events of the conference. So there will be a first event, citizen events, kicking off the citizens part, the citizen participation in the conference, which will take place in Lisbon, and then on the 19th, so next Saturday in Strasbourg, the first inaugural conference plenary will take place. And as I said, the mostly physical part of the conference, with the deliberations and the debate will take place starting from the autumn, where we have sequence of citizens panels and plenary meetings. Next slide, please. Now, the platform, very briefly. As I said, it is the pulsing heart of the whole process, and everything starts with and happens basically on the platform. There are 3 ways of contributing to the platform mainly, and I would like to move to the next slide, please. Well, first of all, there are 10 topics, so they are broadly defined on the basis also of the joint declaration. You can see them here: climate change, environment, health, stronger economy, social justice, and jobs, you in the world, the values and rights, digital transformation, European democracy, migration, education, culture, youth, and sport. But if there are also ideas that do not necessarily fit under the 9 topics, then there is a 10th, which is a general other ideas, giving the possibility to contributors also to share ideas under that topic as well. Next slide, please. So as I said, there are 3 ways to contribute. Of course, through direct participation in the more than 1,000 events that are already taking place. But I think in your case, what is more important is the possibility to share directly ideas and proposals, and to engage and endorse and comment on other people's or organizations' ideas shared on the platform. And then to organize own events, self-organized events, and report back again through the platform on the conclusions of those events, and to link also the main proposals, the main ideas coming from them. It is a very user-friendly platform. It necessitates, it requires EU login, but I guess most of you already have it or are familiar with it. It takes really a couple of minutes to create an account and then to contribute. It is possible to contribute also in the name of an organization. It doesn't necessarily need to be an individual account, so it can be a private individual personal account or an account registered for the purpose of an organization or an entity. Next slide, please. So the first one I would skip because it's an attendant event. It's really very straightforward. So you receive basically information about the events that are happening around you, and you can easily decide to consult it and decide to participate. So next slide. This is as I already explained, how you can register. It is really very straightforward process. However, there is a short questionnaire which involves also some demographic data, which is not compulsory for GDPR purposes, of course, reasons. But it is, of course, very important also in terms of reporting from the platform in case contributors wish to share that information with the platform when they register. Next slide, please. Then they share an idea. This is also something very clear and easy to do. So you basically can identify the area in which you would like to share the idea. You click on a new idea. There is a form which opens immediately. The idea is then composed directly on the platform and can be, by the way, automatically compared to already existing ideas in case they are, for instance, similar or the same ideas shared by other people, allowing also to directly contact them in case let's say there is a possibility to join forces and to discuss them among themselves. And what is important is that the idea, once finalized, is automatically published. So there is no ex ante moderation. There is moderation, but it is only exposed, and it is based basically on the respect of the principles and the charter of the conference, which is of course obliging all participants to stick to the purpose indeed of the conference, which is to debate on the future of Europe and to avoid hate speech, disseminating fake news, or malinformation, etc., etc. Next slide, please. This one is, as I already explained, these are the main steps. I would gladly share with you the presentation if it has not been shared yet, so you can see basically what it involves. But it is, as I said, very easy thing to do. Next slide, please. Apart from sharing an idea, your own idea, you can also endorse or comment on somebody else's ideas, and this is also part of the analysis of the which will be done on the basis of the input from the platform. Of course, all the interactions that are happening on the platform are essential for identifying the let's say the main tendencies and also to see which are the ideas, the fields and the ideas that are emerging as the ones creating more consensus or dissent. Next slide, please. Yeah, all this is facilitated very much by the mechanism, an instrument which is built in the platform. It is the translation tool, which has been developed by the Commission, and it allows basically to each and every participant, contributor to post an idea in or to organize an event in their own language, and the platform translates all this content automatically in the other 23 official languages. Next slide, please. And then the organizing events. Of course, this is also an important part of the debate, as I said, through participatory events involving other people. This basically guarantees that as many people as possible can participate in the making, in co-designing proposals for the future of Europe. And the decentralized or self-organized events are a key tool for that. What we ask is just to register the event, and then once the event has taken place. Next slide, please. There is basically the obligation, well, the recommendation, of course, in order to really make it purposeful, to report on the event again through the platform, linking also the ideas, the concrete proposals that have been formulated in this event. Next slide, please. And this is my last slide. Of course, for all this, there are very nice, useful toolkits and fact sheets proposed. They are all available on the platform, especially for event organizers to basically give some suggestions and guidance on how to make their events participatory, or how to report back from those events. There are some very useful tips.